What's going on, everybody? Paranormal Phil here for Talking Tonight. This is a follow-up on Hurricane Laura, the damage that it's done. It is now 11:05 Central Standard Time, so this is when I'm recording it. So I'm going to show you video from the hardest hit part of Louisiana, Cameron, Louisiana, Lake Charles area. I'm going to show you a video of somebody standing out recording the hurricane as it was moving in. I'm going to show you some photos of the damage, and we're going to talk about Laura's position, what it is right now, and everything like that. And I also want to look at some other storms out in the Atlantic that could possibly cause more hurricanes. But as far as weather videos go, unless there is another major hurricane or major disaster, that is it for the weather on this channel. I just want to bring this because this was a major hurricane. So let's get into looking at some of the... Let's first start off looking at Hurricane Laura, where it is and what it is right now. So as you can see right here, we got Hurricane Laura. It is a tropical depression now in Arkansas, with winds at 35 miles per hour sustained. And it is moving north-northeast, so it's probably going to head up along Kentucky and out to sea, out that way. But as you can see, we got a couple of other storms here that are disturbances. Let's see, I don't think they got anything on them, whether they're 99L or what, Invest 99L or what. But we got two disturbances out here in the Atlantic, which I'm going to show you the satellite image. But again, right about here is where Hurricane Laura made landfall, right on the Texas-Louisiana border. Now, I have some friends north of Houston and down by Galveston. The one north of Houston, everything came out fine. They didn't have no problems. I haven't checked in on the person near Galveston yet, but since that area really didn't get hit by the hurricane, there might have been some storm surge in Galveston. But like I said, for most of Louisiana, from the border to about middle Louisiana, because of the east side of the storm having the most winds and damaging tornadoes and stuff like that, and strong winds, that is what got hit the hardest. Now, there are some places along the border in Texas that got hit hard too, but let's take a look again, or look at the image again for the, well, not again, but look at the infrared for the Atlantic, and there's the first disturbance right here. Second one's out here somewhere, and you can see something else building off the coast of Africa. But this is probably something that could be the next storm right here. Now, I was looking at this area last night and this morning. I was worried about that. Now, there are a couple of storms here. There's a couple of tropical storms here. But we're not going to talk about them because they're going to head out to sea, and I think can weaken some. But this area is of concern right now as far as another storm. Again, this area looked nasty last night, but it looks like it's kind of fading away. But that leaves enough time for this storm to head west, possibly impact the islands, possibly impact Florida, depending on which way it heads. I'm not going to make any predictions about it yet, but it's not really got too much form to it, so I don't know. I mean, you can see some kind of little bit of rotation, but not much. So I'll be watching that. Now let's go back and look at the infrared for Laura right now. Like I said, it is a tropical depression. The eye is right about there, but it's pushing all those storms out to the east through Kentucky, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and so forth out to sea. But it left behind a lot of destruction in Louisiana and Texas. And that's what I want to get into. But first, I want to play a video. Like I said, there was a couple people out in the storm under the protection of a building, but I don't know if they were news weathermen or not, recovering the story, or if they were just private citizens. But let's take a look at that video here. Make sure this is in frame. And this is from JS Media. So, yeah. I think that was just some. And they only got 6.4 subscribers, but there's 28 likes to 0 dislikes. Now, like I said, kind of stupid once you see this video, how they're out recorded something like this. And this is, let's see, it is only about a minute and 20 seconds long, so we'll play the whole thing. Strong winds. I think that might actually be important because I saw another video where the reporter was standing in the same spot and lightning struck a pole out to the back. You can see what 150 mile per hour winds will.
There it goes. Oh.
Now, of course, that looks like possibly after the storm.
There you go.
Or
I'm thinking of going where that chase is. It's really lit up over there.
alright, so we're going to leave that right there. Now let's close that window, and we're going to not look at the drone footage just yet, or the pictures, because I actually want to go to Google Earth, and I want to show you the area of Cameron, Louisiana, what it looks like on Google Earth without the damage of the hurricane. So let's zoom in here. Hold on 1 second. Zoom in right here into downtown Cameron. As you can see, a lot of buildings along an inlet. The ocean is right here, the Gulf of Mexico right here. So let's take a look at what Cameron looked like before, and let me check something, before the hurricane moved through. And let's go to Street View so you can get a better idea. And this will bring into perspective the damage that was done in Louisiana. Now Cameron's a small little town there, but as you can see, houses on stilts because they do live on the coastal flooding. But a lot of those houses are kind of still standing, but they are damaged because of the wind. And we're just going down the road here a little bit. But as you can see, more houses on stilts. So they didn't really get the water damage, but they did get the wind damage from 150 mile per hour winds. Like, I think there was a video with this trailer blowing over and destroyed completely. So let's exit Street View and zoom out. All right, now let's go to another place that was hit hard, Lake Charles, because you're gonna see some footage from somebody driving through Lake Charles. And as you can see here, let's actually go out to probably a main street here. Sorry about the zooming in and everything. But as you can see, it's a fairly good, if we zoom out, fairly good sized community. And there is a lot of damage because of the lake there and the rivers that lead out to this lake, and of course the outlet to the Gulf of Mexico. Now, places like Port Arthur, Orange, Silsbee, Texas, and some other places got damage as well. But like I said, I wanted to show you that Google image so you could see what the area looked like without the damage. Now let's take a look at, first let's actually look at some pictures of the damage, and we're gonna, okay, so I want to move this up here real quick. And of course, Hurricane Laura slammed into the Louisiana coast as a Category 4. Almost made it to Category 5. And I'm going to leave a link to everything in the description where you can check them out, because there is one video that I'm going to play part of, but it's 2 hours long. I'm not playing the whole thing. All right. So as you can see here, you can see quite a bit of damage, and I'm trying to expand this just a little bit. You can see the damage that was left behind because of Laura, down power lines, places with roofs kind of partially torn apart, like here. And I'm sure a lot of them got flooding damage, a tree on the top of a house. A lot of trees down, a lot of power lines down. There's that house with the tree on it. Yes, that's what 150 mile per hour winds will do. This is, I believe, Lake Charles. and you can see the destruction it left behind there. More destruction, building, high-rise buildings with windows blown out. Now, I've seen that in Fort Worth, but because of a tornado, and that was 98, 99, somewhere around there. When I just lived south of Fort Worth for about 6 months, and I was here for that hurricane when it touched down in Fort Worth. So it reminds me of that. But yes, 150-mile-per-hour winds, those tall glass buildings are not, those windows are not going to survive. And of course, a close-up of those windows. Now this is from a chemical plant fire in Lake Charles. I don't know if it's still burning or not, but I mean, it's tough to get in there with emergency services, especially if you get closer and closer to the coast where there's a lot of flooded roads and really no access, and you'll see that in some of the videos. The flooded car, damage from a house where it looks like the roof caved in, down power lines, overturned vehicles, trailers. Like I said, the houses on stilts fared well on the storm surge, but not the wind damage. Of course, cars damaged by downed trees, people thinking they're lucky stars they're alive with all the damage. The waves as they looked, I guess, coming in from Laura, the storm surge. And then, of course, people helping to help people out. Now let's look at some, this is the one that's 2 hours long, so I'm not going to play the whole thing. I'm going to play about 5 minutes of it. But this is from the Washington Post. Again, I'm going to leave all the links in the description. So let's see, it should be playing. It's not wanting to play. Okay, so this is somebody driving through Lake Charles. And you can see the destruction. Like I said, I'm only going to play a few minutes of this video so you can see the destruction as this guy drives along in Lake Charles. Of course, having to avoid debris in the roadway, down power lines, down trees. There's been a lot of flooding on the roadways. This is just a little bit inland from the coast. It's not totally inland. This is from the Washington Post. You can see a gas station roof just collapse on itself. Just twisted metal from the high winds. Of course, the down power lines. is completely destroyed or torn apart. So we're gonna leave that there. Pause that. Leave. Like I said, I'm gonna leave a link to all the videos and stuff like that in the description. And let's look at this. It's only 5 minutes and 54 minutes long. 5 minutes and 54 seconds long. So this is Cameron right on the coast, and I showed you the Google image of Cameron, what it looks like without the damage. And this is aerial but see all the flooding, houses underwater, they're not on stilts. Here for a second because I don't want to get a community guideline strike, but let's move forward just a little bit because more destruction, houses that look like it's sitting on the hill as well. But just complete utter devastation in that area. So this category 4. Alright, so let's actually, like I said, I don't want to get a community guideline strike, so let's move a little forward in the video. Again, I'll leave a link to everything in the description where you can pick it up from the full video for yourself. And a lot of flooding, a lot of houses damaged or destroyed. Yes, it's probably nice to live on the coast, but not when something like the Category 4 hurricane, as you can see. And they're just passing over some water there. Let's go to right here in the video. It was, again, like I said, this is in Cameron, so a lot of devastation. So again, this is the last video I'm going to do on weather, unless we get another major hurricane. Now, let me do this real quick because I want to take that off of there. I want to mention that I'm working on something to bring Talking the Night in a video format rather than radio format for right now, maybe once a week. Maybe bring some guests in to talk if I can figure out the whole OBS and bringing in a guest and stuff like that. Because eventually, Talking the Night is going to be back on the airwaves, but I want to also incorporate video as well to Talking the Night. So be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get notified when I post new videos. I don't know when I'm going to post the next video. It depends on what I get done with this weekend. I do have another video that I have to post to my other YouTube channel, which is Into the Paranormal. Check out that channel as well. I'll leave a link to that channel as well. Deals strictly in the paranormal. Talking the Night covers everything, encompasses everything. A lot of paranormal stuff, and this is the first time since I started doing these weather videos for Laura. This is the first time I've done weather-related content, but it's mostly been paranormal, health, technology, dating, relationship, conspiracies, politics, stuff like that. It covers a wide range of stuff. But again, this is the last video for the weather thing unless we have another major storm, which I might cover, I might not cover, I don't know. But I want to get Talking the Night going. I just purchased a domain name for Talking the Night through my college class. So I got to check with my professor once we get into the website thing, see if I can use my current website and just attach my domain to that, or if I had to build a whole new website, which might take some time. But until then, I might post a new video every once in a while on something different. And again, like I said, I might be able to bring in some guests every once in a while. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching these weather videos. And like I said, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to get notified when I post new videos. Thank you for watching, and have a good night.